So once again, the Haslams have completely screwed over this franchise. The Browns again are going to have a top 3 pick, and there are some major decisions that are going to be made with this franchise over the next few months. First off, as I know many of you guys saw, Mayor Bibb has been trying to fight to get a new owner. There's a lot to it. Obviously the league would have to be involved, and a lot would have to happen. I think this is mainly a battle where Bibb wants to keep the Browns in Cleveland, but football wise, I've never seen somebody be able to deliver such a garbage product year in and year out and still get support. So I want to talk all about that. I'm going to go on my rant of why fans need to cancel their season tickets and take their money to the other 2 teams in Cleveland that actually care and are trying to put together a good product and deliver a good fan experience. And I guess because I'm so sucked in like everyone, I'm going to talk about who the Browns should take in the draft, if I think there is a potential franchise QB available, and free agency wise, there is a surprise player that does happen to play quarterback that I really think the Browns need to find a way to get. You may know who it is. He did happen to play at Ohio State, but I'm going to get into all that and so much more. But first, before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so I guess we have to start off with where things went wrong. I think at this point it's pretty obvious. Paying Deshaun Watson a max contract and one of the biggest deals in NFL history was the biggest mistake the Haslams could have ever made. Browns fans sat through losing season after losing season, and not only were they losing seasons, the Browns could barely win a game. Everyone was super loyal, they still showed up, they still supported, they still watched through it all, and finally after 2 decades, which is crazy to say, in 2018 they finally started to get some momentum. Baker Mayfield was the first bit of hope the Browns ever had, and things went well for about 2 seasons. And then in typical Browns and Haslam fashion, they made him play through an injury, they completely mistreated him, and then they got rid of him for nothing, and then traded for Deshaun Watson, basically sacrificing the entire future's worth of draft picks and also sacrificing all future cap space. As a Browns fan, I'll admit, I bought into the hype. I was super oblivious. I thought we had our guy. And I don't know why we all thought that, because it's the Cleveland Browns we're talking about. They never get anything right, and we all know what ended up happening. The Watson experiment went pretty much as horrific as possible. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. He ruined everything the Browns were building towards, and now it's looking like we are about to go back to square one. And before I talk about what this second rebuild is going to look like and what quarterback this team should draft, I have a message to the fans, and it's pretty clear cut. Please, I'm begging you, please cancel your season tickets. I know it's like a generational thing. I know some people have been going to games with their dads their whole lives, but everyone who buys season tickets is literally enabling the Haslams to get away with putting a garbage product on the field year in and year out. Like, he is the only business owner I know that gets away with this. It's so ridiculous. Like, if you went to a restaurant after church every Sunday and over again, the restaurant gave you food poisoning, I feel like eventually you would stop going. But for some reason, everyone continues to dump money into this garbage business that gives us all 17 garbage games a year, and it's almost like they have a better plan for the fans than the team. I feel like some people are starting to wake up a bit, but it's that core of diehards that tailgate before every game that are the main problem. Again, I know it's Cleveland, I totally get it. I love Cleveland sports so much, and turning on a Cleveland team just would not feel right. But we are getting to the point where nothing is going to change, and the Haslams are never going to sell the team if everyone continues to support the business. And I'll admit, it's my fault too. I'm a media outlet that gives this team attention, everyone that generates clicks for this team, everyone that gets the fans riled up, we are all a part of the problem. But I just made this video because I want change, and if you're a Browns fan, I hope that you do too. And the thing that is so astounding to me is that people will spend all this money and time on the Browns when literally a few blocks away, there are 2 super successful franchises that give their all every season and at least try. I know Cleveland is a Browns town and football is America's sport, but the Cavs are putting together a historical run, and the Guards have been contenders about 6 of the last 10 seasons. I wish people would just take a break from the Browns and they would tailgate for Cavs and Guards games. Just support the teams that are trying to win. I really think the Cavs could win it all this year. And I already know what the Haslams are going to do with their marketing plan. They're going to bait fans into thinking they're going to lose their seats for the new stadium in a few years. I really hope nobody buys into that BS. Seats are going to be available, and if you like going to games, it's probably better to just buy tickets right before the game anyways, because after the letdown of the first few weeks, the prices always go way down. But anyways, getting back to football and what I would do if I was in control of this team moving forward, I honestly do not really want to draft a QB. I don't think the Browns are ready for it, and I want Justin Fields. I know with the salary cap situation it might be tough, but I'd rather have a more established guy than taking a chance on another QB in the lottery when the Browns' track record is just awful. And with the offensive line on the decline and the running back room also on the decline, I'd rather trade down and get a good offensive lineman, maybe hit on another pick as well, and then wait until next year to try and get that QB, because Arch Manning will probably be available. But if the Browns do go the route of drafting a QB in this upcoming draft, I want Cam Ward. I think he is the most talented quarterback in the draft. He showed his abilities against way more talented opponents than Shedeur Sanders did, and I don't even think Sanders wants to come to Cleveland anyways. But yeah, with the Watson situation and the contract restructure, the future is not looking bright to say the least, and Cleveland fans are not going to sit through another 10-year rebuild. I think we've all had enough, and I hope the rumor is true that Mayor Bibb is trying to force the Haslams out of ownership. I think it's going to be tough to get it done, but I think all of Cleveland hates them. They serve us all a garbage product every year, and it is time for a change, because as the saying goes, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. It really does suck that it's gotten to this point. This franchise does not deserve any of this. And I really hate that I am even making this video, but I really do hope this blows up. The message needs to be spread. So please send this video to everyone you know, especially all your season ticket holder friends. And I do want there to be a turnaround. I don't want this to be a forever boycott. Even if this team was 500, that's fine. That's all we've been asking for. But 2 winning seasons with 1 playoff win after 2 decades of straight torture is not gonna cut it. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about all this. If you're a season ticket holder, I especially want to hear what you are thinking, because I don't want you to think I'm calling you out or I'm taking a shot at you. Y'all got free will and are allowed to do whatever you want. But I'm just saying that if you support a garbage product, you're going to continue to get a garbage product. Just like how I said, if you keep going back to a bad restaurant, the food and service won't change. And also just a side note, how on earth is DTR an NFL quarterback? He may be worse than Kaiser. He may actually be the worst quarterback I've ever seen play in the NFL. He's definitely great for the tank job, but how do you even get to the professional level when you throw 1 touchdown to 10 interceptions? It's almost incredible how he managed to get himself to this level of football. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point. Definitely leave some comments, because that will help spread this video to everyone across Ohio and all Browns fans across the world. Liking and subscribing would of course help as well. And let me know what you guys would like to see next, because I know this was a little bit different of a video than normal. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later.